Okay, so today I had another speaking engagement, and this is actually the first time that I have been asked to speak as an author. And so I had the opportunity to speak at Fallbrook Church today in Houston, Texas. The event, it was the African American Read-In, and it was hosted by Ebony and the Barbara Bush Library. And I had the opportunity to speak with, in addition to four other authors that were there, or I'm sorry, three other authors that were there, as well as several book clubs, talked about the books that they were reading, so on and so forth. And it was an amazing experience, and I was super excited to be there, especially super excited to be there as a financial coach, which was wonderful in and of itself. But it actually made me think about something, and that is the fact that I haven't really talked on my platform about the published works that I have. And so I wanted to be able to share those with you all, because while, yes, I am certainly a financial coach, there are some other things that I have going on that are not necessarily finance based, that might be able to meet you where you are. All of my publications, as well as I have a line of wealth motivating t-shirts and a line of wealth motivating stickers, and some other things, all are located at journeytogenerationalwealth.com, which is the second link in my bio. So you will be able to click the second link in my bio, and it'll take you directly to journeytogenerationalwealth.com. I have 5 publications, right? Like, seriously, you didn't say anything to us about them. I've posted like random about them here and there, but haven't really made any kind of a deal about it. So that being said, the first one is all the things that I wish I could say. It is a grief journal. Let's see if I can get the ring light to work with me. Okay, so all the things I wish I could say. It's a grief journal. So there are prompts in here that will help you walk through your grief experience. I created this while I was going through the grief process of mourning my mother, who passed in 2021, and it's still a work in progress. I still write in this. There are a ton of things that I still wish that I could say to her, and that is kind of where this was birthed from. But I love the fact that it has been able to help several people through their grief process. There are several prompts inside of it, as well as just some blank pages as well. So if you can start your own conversations of things that you might want to say to your lost loved one that you never had the opportunity to. So then the next one is similar along the same lines. It's also a grief journal. And this is all the moments I wish we shared. This one's probably going to be a little bit more challenging just because of the color of it. There we go. And it is a pregnancy and infant loss grief journal. So those of you who have potentially heard my story, I battled infertility for over 18 years. I had 2 natural pregnancies, which I miscarried in both of those, as well as I went through IVF twice and was able to get to the point where I had several embryos, but I lost all but 2 of them. And when I had my initial 2 pregnancies, as well as when I found out about my embryos, I instantaneously could visualize all these moments that I was going to have with each one of my children. And I always wanted to have a huge family. I wanted to have 8 kids. Since I was a child, I've always wanted to have 8 children. And so therefore, when I had, a nice amount of embryos, I was like, okay, yes, I'm finally going to get to where I want to be, with this big family, with all these children. Didn't know how I was going to do it, but hey, if God's given me these embryos, then I'm going to figure it out. And then I ended up losing all but 2 of them. And that was devastating. And so when I was going through the process of kind of trying to figure all of that out, after the fact, I was looking through for different, grief journals and so on and so forth that would have been directed towards someone like me who had, potentially had an infant loss or lost had a miscarriage or even lost embryos. And I couldn't find anything that met that demographic. Definitely had a miscarriage or, had infant loss, but certainly nothing for anyone who had embryos. And so in here, there are prompts that literally start from that perspective. Let's see. And one of those being, so conversation starter, all the moments I wish we shared, hearing your little heartbeat. So I never got to hear my embryo's heartbeat. I never, got to see them form really in any way because they didn't make it to blastocyst. And if you know anything about embryos, that's the stage that you want them to be before they get to either be implanted in you if you're doing a fresh transfer, or cryopreserved if you are going to do a frozen transfer at a later point in time. So I wrote this, or I created this, and it's been very, very helpful for me and very, very helpful for some other women who have been in a similar circumstance. So again, it is all the moments I wish we shared, and it's a pregnancy and infant loss grief journal. And then the next thing that I created was positive affirmations for Black women. Let's see if I can get the ring light to not have a big glare on it. So there are over 150 positive affirmations for Black women in this. And I specifically created this because you constantly hear about how strong Black women are. And yes, we're strong, but we're strong because we have to be. And it is not always easy. And I wanted to have for myself, as well as to have for the rest of my sisters, an opportunity for us to have positivity spoken into us, as well as to have an opportunity to just kind of relax and let your mind go. So you can, go through, and while you're coloring, one of the coloring pages also have like positive words spoken into you, positive affirmations that you can speak to yourself, that can be poured into you, so on and so forth. This has been one of my top sellers, to be absolutely honest. Like, so many, it's just, this was a necessity. This truly is a necessity. It's a great gift for any African-American woman. So positive affirmations for Black women, coloring book. And I'll even show you the back, which shows you some of the images that are in it. There is shading in the hair. I will say there is shading in the hair, but you can still color over it. You can still add color to it. I wanted there to be texture in the images. So, a great coloring book for adults while your child is coloring in their own thing. Then you could be coloring in your own book and actually have something be poured into you while you're doing like an activity with your children. So excellent. So because you guys know that I'm a financial coach and I always want to be pouring money affirmations into you, then I also did a money affirmations coloring book. And so this one has, let's see, there we go, money affirmations coloring book. So this one has 100 money affirmations in it. And again, you can see some of them on the back. It's a little hard to see. I'll read them. I am a money magnet and I attract wealth from all directions. Another one is, I am financially free and I enjoy the fruits of my labor. My bank account is constantly growing and multiplying. Money is a tool that allows me to create the life of my dreams. So again, I just wanted, like I said, coloring is one of those things that even as an adult, it's a stress reliever. It allows you to kind of clear your head of everything and just kind of breathe and relax. And why not do that and be poured into at the same time? So that was the reason why I created the Money Affirmations coloring book. And then the last one that is in print, I have another one I'll tell you about that's not in print yet, is The Struggle is Over Financial Journal. And I'm going to do a separate live about this one, but this is kind of a do-it-yourself option. So if you know that you want to work on your finances, but maybe you are not at the price point for working with a financial coach, or you're like, oh, I can do this by myself. I don't need extra help. this is a great option for you. One of the several of the reviews that I have received from this group journal is that, or I'm sorry, this financial journal is that it is multiple personal finance journals or planners in one. So it walks you through your money mindset. Then it goes into financial goals, and it goes into, debt reduction and savings. There are savings challenges in here. There's also a year's worth of monthly budget planning. There's credit tracking. There's space for tracking spending and tracking donations and tracking tax credit expenses and so on and so forth. Net worth, their quarterly reviews, monthly reviews, their an annual review. There's so much good stuff inside of here. So again, if you are a person who's like, oh, I can do it myself, this will be a great option for you. And then to tell you about the last thing that I wrote, or the most recent thing that I've written that has yet to be published or put in print. I am working with sending it to a illustrator right now, is a children's book. I'm super excited about my very first children's book, and it is titled Gabriel Buys a Truck, and it is about a little boy, Gabriel, and he goes into a store, he finds something that he wants, and then it goes through teaching him about the importance of money and how if we want things in life that we have to work so that we can get the money so that we can purchase the things that we want, and we have to save up for the things that we want, so on and so forth, and he gets to purchase his own truck with his own money. So it teaches them counting and several other things. It's a children's book. It's for reading ages 5 to 8, but can certainly be read to a child as young as 2 or 3. So yes, I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait to be able to present it to you guys and to be able to show it to you. I definitely have that in the works, and I have a few other children's books and activity books that are based around finances as well that will be coming out, God willing, this year. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on kind of what my day looked like today. It was the first time that my daughter had the opportunity to be in the room when I was presenting, and while she's only 2 years old, I love the fact that she was able to see mommy, in this capacity. And it definitely just resonated even more with me today that I am doing what God has called me to do. Because every aspect of today was just amazing, and I loved it. I got to meet several wonderful new people. I got to talk to people about my fertility experience. About to talk to people about, managing through grief. I got to talk to people, of course, about finances and everything. So it was just a wonderful experience, and I just wanted to share with you guys. So thank you if you have made it all the way to this point. I greatly appreciate it. If you are in need of assistance with your finances, please reach out to me to schedule a consultation so that we can talk about what your financial goals are, what your financial concerns are, and then so that we can get you scheduled for a financial strategy session so we can get into the nitty-gritty of all of your finances. I can create a personalized, customized plan for you that will help you work towards getting to where you want to be with your finances. I would love to work with you. Have a great day. Journey to Generational Wealth, gang. Thanks. Bye-bye.